hither, children. Let me tell you of the city of Ravnica. Ravnica is a vast worldwide cityscape, a patchwork of grand halls, decrepit slums, ancient ruins, and layer upon layer of stonework structures. Of the world's countless civic centers, one looms large above all others, the city of Ravnica, a metropolis so vast that its name has long since become synonymous with the entire plane. It is here, amid mazes of streets and towering Gothic spires, that the Ravnica's guild vie for power and control. Ravnica's guild had been openly at war for centuries, each claiming dominion over the other. Then something began to happen that gave the guilds pause. The spirits of the dead were lingering in the world. The guild masters of old agreed to divert their energies toward investigating the phenomenon, leading to the signing of the Guild Pact, the ancient accord that established the relative peace on the plane. Each of the 10 guilds mastered 2 of the 5 colors of mana, and each had its own cultural identity and essential function. Today we take a look at the Izzet. Izzet is blue and red, the undisputed masters of spellcraft and invention on Ravnica. The Izzet were rapid inventors, fusing elemental magic with technology to power their creations. Led by the capricious and unfathomably brilliant dragon Niv-Mizzet, the Izzet mage rights endlessly created and destroyed, driven only by rabid passion for discovery. The Izzet are obsessive experimenters, the epitome of keen creative intellect combined with an unfortunate short attention span. The original mandate of the Izzet Guild was to provide solutions for the public works projects. Sewers, boilers, roadways, but their experiments often produce mana geysers, spatial rifts or arcane portals instead. As of late, their guild leader, Niv-Mizzet, has driven the Izzet to delve deeper and deeper into more dangerous and experimental magic. The purpose of these experiments is unknown. Izzet's attitudes towards the other guilds are as following. The Azorius freely creates rule for everything but freedom. The Golgari, they are as bottomless as death. If you follow an ant long enough, you will find its nest. But the nest is only the tiniest hint of the colony that lies below. The Rakdos, steer clear of these senseless riot fiends. The Rakdos are like a party to which all of your body parts might not be invited. And then the Celestia. Celestian sailors run with dogs and worship figments of the past. They would be wiser to embrace the wonders of the future. Let us now focus our attention on the cards that make up the power of the Izzet. Hello, good folk. This is Multimeteor playing some Magic 2013. And what is this? The DLC. We have new decks to play. We have the Aura Servants, we have the Sepulchral Strength, we have the Mindstorms, we have Grinning Malice and Collective Might. The Celestial Guild deck, the Rakdos Guild deck, the Izzet Guild deck, the Golgari Guild deck and the Azorius Guild deck. Today we will be focusing on the Mindstorms. First of all, the Terramorphic Expanse, I believe they're in all of the different new DLC decks, and it's also in Exalted Darkness. I don't like it. If Wizards of the Coast can't figure out how to do the correct algorithm, or whoever made the game can't figure out how to make the correct algorithm, I would rather be punished by being mana screwed than condoning this kind of weak response to not being able to make the whole deal work out. So Terramorphic Expanse, all for them, get the fuck out. Reverberate is a great card, but I don't have room for it, and I rarely have mana to reverberate anything that I'm going to use in the deck, because as you'll see, the spells are really expensive in this deck, and as you'll see up in the upper half or the upper third of the screen, you'll see that there are no 1-drops in this deck at all. Not just in my build, but at all. No 0-drops, no 1-drops, and there are quite a few expensive cards. So it's not a perfect curve by any stretch. Volcanic Geyser is a great card. At first I thought it was like a too expensive blaze, but then I saw in the middle of the card, right below the artwork, it said instant. Man oh man, that card just became so much better from just that little word change. Act of Treason, great card. I'm running one of them. Breaking Point, I'm running 2 of them, not all 3. It's a great card as well. Cerebral Vortex, I'm not running it because yeah, I find that there are better ways that doesn't hurt me to gain new cards. There are a lot of cycling type effects in this deck, so yeah. Compulsive Research, I'm running one of them, not all 3. I think it's a great card, but I don't want to spend too much time dealing with the cards that are not instant speed, or which don't have some kind of effect that buff my creatures, which deal damage to their creatures or my opponent's creatures or their face. So nope. Invoke the Firemind, way too expensive. If it didn't say choose one, but it said draw X cards and deal X amount of damage to target creature or player, then I would run it. But this is far too expensive. I don't even think I would run both. If it said instant speed, then it's a whole different story. Quicksilver Dagger, it's an alright card, especially it's a shame that you can't deal damage to creatures, but only to your opponent's face. You might want to put it on a card such as your what the hell is it called? Here we go. Oh, Gelectrode, of course. I might want to put it on Gelectrode and get yourself a card every time you burn or blaze his face. But aside from that, nothing too special. And I decided not to run it at all. Wee Dragonauts, you get the chance of running 4 of them. I'm running 3 of them. It's a great card. We all know it from 2012, so yeah. Jester's Cap is a really good card, but unfortunately it's a little slow. It's great against black, for example. Take out those big guys that really dick you over, take out whatever they're running, which might give you problems, but it's a little slow. Lightning Elemental, not good enough. 4-1 for 4 with haste. If it had trample, it would be a whole different story. Or if it had flying, basically, because you want a lot of flying in this deck. Petrahydrox has a really interesting ability. I think, yeah, you get 3 of them, but I'm only running 1 of them because I don't have room for too many of them. It's a little expensive. It costs 4. But it has a really neat trick. It's a 3/3, which is significant in this format, but what makes it cool is that every time it becomes targeted, it bounces to your hand. So it's very difficult to get rid of. Aside from that, it's also negative that it bounces to your hand, because they can target it with anything, and just send it flying back to your hand. So don't want too many of these. It's an alright card, but oh, but not good enough. This is an interesting card, not in the least because of the very interesting artwork. Puka's Mischief with the rabbit, goat, deer kind of creature, and the pixie kind of puka guy. The rabbit, goat, deer, the ragoat deer with the pipe smoking. Pretty interesting. I don't run it because I think it's I don't have too many permanents, and the permanents that I have are not some that I want to give my opponent. Perhaps except for this guy, Steamcore Weird, which has its which is the most interesting when you drop it right when you cast it, and afterwards it's kind of it's a creature. That's just about what it is. Wand of the Elements, great card. I'm not running it, especially because I don't have too many. I need every bit of land that I have, and some of the cards that I run are a bit too expensive. I try not to run the most expensive cards, but this deck is very, very slow, so I try not to encumber it with more spells or artifacts or creatures, whatever, like this one. It's a little expensive, but it's a great card nonetheless. So I definitely see some people running it. Gene of Wishes, interesting card. I don't want to run it. I need a little bit more bang for my bucks, but it's an interesting card nonetheless. Izzet Chronarch, you get 2 of them. It's too expensive. Archaeomancer does the same for, I think, 3 or 4 mana, and it's just blue. This one, costs 5, and no, it's not fast enough. As soon as you played it, it's almost worthless. It's a chump blocker or 2/2. I don't want that. Prophetic Bolt, I run 2 of them, and there are 3 to run, so this is a pretty interesting card. It's very expensive, but it deals 4 damage to target creature or player. Look and let you look at the 4 cards of your library. Top cards of your library, choose 1 and put the rest on the bottom of your library. Which means that if you run more of the Prophetic Bolts or anything that'll shuffle your library, then yep, it'll come back to you. Or maybe not. No. Anyways, it's a great card nonetheless, and you can use it if you have no direct use for it. You can always discard it with the Spellbound Dragon and gain a +5/+0 when you attack. Either way, it's a great card. It has that cycle effect as well. This is not a good card. Tidings, it works pretty well with the Niv-Mizzet on the table. Aside from that, it's not that good. You draw 4 cards, but it's very expensive. Don't care about it. Conquering Manticore, you have 2 of them. Don't care about it too much. It's too expensive. 5/5 for 6 flying. It's alright, but yeah, again, it's a little expensive, and its effect or its secondary ability, the one which is kind of its main ability, only works the first round. So yeah, don't care about it, don't want it, get the fuck out. Horde Smelter Dragon is new, at least new to me. It's 5/5 for 6 as well, and it has an interesting ability, except that I don't run too many artifacts. I don't want to sacrifice the artifacts that I run, and I don't see a lot of artifacts in the other decks, so yeah, don't care about it. Don't care too much about it. It might be nice to run this against something like Crosswinds, because it has the wand. I think it's called Sphinx Bone Wand, and it has more importantly, it has the Panoptic Mirror. You definitely want to destroy those, but aside from that, it's not that interesting. Mindrag Leash. Other blue creatures you control get +1/+1. Other red creatures you control get +1/+1, and you can put a creature card, a blue or red creature card from your hand onto the battlefield for 4. It's a neat trick, but it costs 6 to get it down on the table. It's a 4/4. I don't focus too much on my creatures being attackers, except for a few, like Wee Dragonauts and the Cloudbound Dragon. Aside from that, I try not to run the very expensive creatures in the deck. So I think this card only slows me down. Sphinx of Magosi is pretty interesting. It's a 6/6 for 6 flying, and it has an ability for 3 mana, draw a card, then put a +1/+1 counter on Sphinx of Magosi. I think it's a little slow. It's a little slow. Heavy in the rump, a little slow. So no thank you. And the same goes for the 3 Thunder Dragons. Very slow. 5/5 for 7. And it only has it has flying, but it also has the ability that when it enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each creature without flying. It's pretty good against goblins, I would say, and it is pretty good against peacekeepers. But I think by the time that you get the mana to drop this, especially because there are no ramps in this deck, you will be dead if you haven't it's not necessary to run these creatures, because if you run them, you're pretty much killing yourself in a way. Insurrection, way too expensive. It costs 8. You untap all creatures, gain control of them until end of turn, and they gain haste until end of turn. It's a nice trick, but it's way too expensive. The time you have 8 mana with this deck, you should be winning, because this deck is medium to long game. It is not very fast, but at this point in time, you should be controlling with all kinds of other effects. If your opponent has any creatures worth taking, or have a lot of creatures worth taking, then he's either an idiot or you're getting beat up, and this card will probably not help you all that much. Living Inferno is absolutely insane, but it's just so expensive. It costs 8. It's an 8/5. Tap it, and it deals damage equal to its power divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Each of those creatures deal damage equal to its power to Living Inferno. Yeah, about that, I'm not impressed. It's way too expensive. So let's see which cards I actually do run. And there are some pretty interesting cards among them. In my Dream Puppets deck, I chose not to run a counter build, but Mana Leak, it works really well because you're taking your time, you're playing slowly, you're playing reactively, reactionary. You want to be able to pick and choose which cards gets on the table on their side, which card are you going to ding away and destroy with the Gelectrode and the Razorfin Hunter, and which cards are you going to counter. So Mana Leak is great. I run all 3. Razorfin Hunter, really great. Deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and it only costs 2, unlike the Prodigal Sorcerer, unlike the Prodigal Pyromancer. So it's really great, and unlike the Gelectrode as well. But Gelectrode is in a league of its own. It's really good. I run both. You have an option of both. Unfortunately, only 1 Gelectrode, but with the 2 Razorfin Hunters, you can do some serious damage and control their side. Thunderstrike, I run them for the sole purpose of the Wee Dragonauts. Because Wee Dragonauts, for each spell that you cast, well, not spell, each instant or sorcery you cast, they get +2/+0. That means that with the Thunderstrike, which is an instant spell, they get +4/+0 altogether, plus First Strike. So that's really interesting. You can do a lot of interesting damage with that. Yeah. Volcanic Geyser, I'm running 2 out of 3. It's really good, but it's a little expensive. But it's a nice spell, especially because it's an instant. It works well with your Wee Dragonauts as well. And it works well with your Gelectrode. So at turn 4, you should be able to kill creatures with 4 toughness just by pumping 4 mana, the 2 red and the 2 colorless, or 2 whatever, into the Volcanic Geyser and tap the Gelectrode twice. That's 4 points of damage round 4. It's pretty powerful, pretty good. Act of Treason Yeah, sure. You have the you have the possibility of running two. I'm only running one. I might run two, but it is a really good card. Not because it gives you the ability to take one of their creatures, one of your opponent's creatures, and attack with it, but because there are so many abilities and card effects and so on now that you might turn their whole deck strategy, their whole board positioning against them if you play the Act of Treason wisely. I was playing the Golgari deck, and in that deck there's a what's it called? I think it's Gatekeeper something. It's a 1/1 that if it dies, then both players or all players sacrifice a creature. My opponent had 2 creatures down. I think the other creature was no, I don't remember. Never mind. And I had a Razorfin. I can't remember anything. Sorry about that. Razorfin Hunter. I didn't want to kill the 1/1 directly with the Razorfin Hunter because I didn't want to sacrifice my Razorfin Hunter. So I used my Act of Treason, stole his other creature, killed the Gatekeeper with my Razorfin Hunter, and sacrificed his creatures. So that's 2 of his creatures down. Very, very nice trick. Arc Lightning, there's a similar card in the Born of Flames deck, very, very similar, so similar that it's actually identical. I think it's called Chandra's something, I forget. Chandra's Fury? No, it's not that. Arc Lightning is pretty good, deal 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2 or 3 target creatures and or players. It's really, really good, especially because contrary to unlike the Born of Flames deck, you have synergetic effects with Wee Dragonauts. You have synergetic effects with the Gelectrode. So with the Gelectrode, you can actually deal 5 damage altogether with Arc Lightning. With Wee Dragonauts, you deal 3 direct damage, and then your Wee Dragonauts become a 3/3. So yeah, good card all together, and it kills those tokens of the Celestia deck, and it kills a lot of other things. Really, really good. I run all 3. It's a little expensive though. Anyways, Breaking Point is a new, at least new to me, very, very good card. You have to play it at the right time, of course. You have to play it at a point where it will hurt your opponent to lose his creature, so he chooses the 6 points of damage, or it will hurt him too much to lose that 6 point of damage and that he has to sacrifice all creatures. Both you and your opponent have the possibility of having the card deal 6 points of damage to you, but if you don't, and why would you, and your opponent, well, then it's up to your opponent whether or not he wants to sacrifice all creatures, not just his own, but also yours, or if he wants to take the 6 damage. And it makes for some pretty interesting mind games. It's very, very good. Compulsive Research, already talked about it. I just want the 1. It's good. It's good with Niv-Mizzet. It's good in general because you want to work your way fast through this deck because it's really, really slow otherwise. And here's another card that helps you. I only run 1 Compulsive Research because I have 2 Electrolyze that will not only deal 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures or players and or players. It will also draw you a card. So that's one of the nice cycle effects that I talked about. Really, really good. Very good. And the artwork is really nice. It kind of portrays the kind of wizard or the look of the wizards that are in the Izzet guild. You can't really see it here, but they usually have the white hair because of experiments and all kinds of wicked alchemy and whatnot. Let's see, here is one of the stars of this deck, Gelectrode. They unfortunately, only give you 1. I think there were 2 in the Cloudburst deck last year. But it is just such a champion when it gets down on the table, unless, of course, it gets removed. But it's really, really good. It works for you, along with the Razorfin Hunter. It's an amazing card, and it will help you tie up their side or help you control their side immensely. And as you will probably see from some of the matches that I will showcase either later today or one of these days during this week or next week, what Gelectrode does in conjunction with Razorfin Hunter, in conjunction with all your direct burn spells, is to take out some pretty big creatures, something that Born of Flames struggles with. So yeah, definitely a champion card. Schismotivate is amazing because it's a nice trick. It completely flips it around so that your chump blocker or your tiny attacker becomes such a beast next to a suddenly not very impressive opponent or creature from your opponent's side. It also does a world of pain in conjunction with the Wee Dragonauts, as it not only gives it +4/+0, but as I've already said earlier, the Wee Dragonaut ability is to give +2/+0 when there's an instant or sorcery spell played from your side. So it gives Wee Dragonauts +6/+0, yeah, and some other poor creature +0. No, sorry. +4 sorry, -4 -0. Yep. And here we have it. One of the main components of your deck. Absolutely. You could run 4. I could definitely see that. But at some point it will it might lose a little steam. It might gain traction again at a later point during the game, but I don't want to run too many of them because I want something that is a bit stronger in medium to long game. So yeah, Wee Dragonauts definitely a good card, but not yeah. You don't overdo it. Let's just say that. Petrahydrox, already talked about it. It's a pretty decent card. I only run 1. This card, however, I run all 3. Steamcore Weird. It's not that good when it's down on the table. It's a decent blocker, decent chump blocker as well, because it has 3 in the rump. But it will kill a creature almost every time, because it's. I have yet to come across an instance of playing this card where I didn't tap at least 1 mountain. So it will almost always deal 2 damage to target creature or target player, and I almost solely use it to kill creatures with. It is very, very good. It's a little expensive, but it's still very, very good because it keeps a nice control. It keeps you in a nice control-y situation versus your opponents. This one is a classic, or it's a classic at least to the point that it's in the Born of Flames deck. It's very good. It's very expensive as well, and it's another instance of all the tricks and effects being way too expensive for you to play a lot of different cards or spells during each turn. But it's still a good card because contrary to Born of Flames, it seems like you have more ways to deal a lot of damage to singular creatures or so on, with cross effects and so on. But 5 damage to target creature or player is a heavy duty card, and it does cost 5, but it's an instant speed spell that shuffles directly into your library again, so there's really no reason not to run it. Very, very good. Even if you can't find a target for it, or yeah, no, that's silly. There's no excuse for not running it. It's very good. I run 2 of these, and this is one of my favorite new cards. It's so good. Dominus of Fealty, 4/4 flyer for 5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain control of target, not creature, target permanent. That is creature, artifact, it is land, it is enchantment. You choose until end of turn. Of course, it returns back to your opponent's side, but it screws with this defensive game, and it gives you so many possibilities of doing some very interesting and amazing things when you have this card. So yeah, very, very good card. I recommend running it, and I actually recommend running 2 of them because it's just good as a 4/4 fly. It's decent with the secondary ability. It's amazing. Yeah. Prophetic Bolt, I run 2 of them. Deals. I already talked about it, so why blabber on. It's still a little expensive, but yeah, there are a lot of 5-drops. You see, there are 10 5-drops in this deck, and that's just how it goes. There's no way to... Well, you can trim it if you want, but the alternative is not that great, in my opinion. Here's the other main component. It is the engine of this deck. It is what kills your opponent really fast. As soon as you start dropping those Spellbound Dragons, this is when you start taking over the match. It is amazing, because not only is it not just a decent but a really strong attacker, it will help you go through your deck much faster. Every time you attack with the Spellbound Dragon, it draws a card, then discard a card. The card you discard converted into with its converted mana cost, give the Spellbound Dragon plus X, the converted mana cost, plus 0. So it's a really strong attacker, very, very strong. And the fact that it just helps you get through your deck very fast gives you so many options. Yeah, with a lack of better word, it is phenomenal. Run all 3 of them, like I said, really, really good. Time Warp, I might eventually take one out and put something else in. But yeah, I like it. If for nothing else, I like it as a card that I can sacrifice to my Spellbound Dragon and get +5/+0 and do 8 points of damage. Niv-Mizzet the Firemind is good, very, very good. It's a little expensive, it costs 6, it has flying, it's a 4/4, but its ability is crazy in conjunction with the cycle effects that you have in this deck and so on. Whenever you draw a card, Niv-Mizzet the Firemind deals 1 damage to target creature or player, and you can tap it to draw a card. So that's just, you can remove creatures with this card. Every time it's your turn, you can remove 2 1 toughness creatures or 1 2 toughness creatures. And if you have Razorfin Hunter, or if you have the Gelectrode, then you're just in control of the match, pretty much. Very, very good card. Very, very good card. It really works well with every card drawing ability, having creature like the Spellbound Dragon or whatever you have that like for example Prophetic Bolt or something else to that effect that will help you get through your deck faster. So yeah, really good card, very strong. Control card. The final card I have in my build is the Sphinx of Jawar, the Sphinx of Jawar Isle. It has flying, it has shroud. It's a 6 cost, so it's the second 6-drop I have. The 2 most expensive cards in my build. It's a 5/5 unspectacular, I would say, but the fact that it has shroud makes it really, really good. You may look at the top card of your library. Actually, you will look at the top card of your library, and I think your opponent gains that same access. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe not. But it is it's great for the fact that it helps you, or it gives you a shroud creature. There are far too many decks out there with direct removal that will take away your creatures really, really fast. So this one is a way to combat that, and it's kind of, in a sense, a fail-safe card for me in my build. So yeah, that has been that. Let me just say a few words on Mindstorms in comparison to Cloudbursts of 2012, and I don't really remember the blue-red deck from the Duels of the Planewalkers, the first edition, so I can't say too much about that. I have played it, but I really don't remember it. But Cloudbursts was all about quick effects, lots of bounce spells, lots of cheap spells such as Lightning Bolt, and I think also some there was some other things in that deck, and it had a lot of haste to it also. It seemed to me that you burned through a lot of your arsenal very, very quickly in Cloudburst. It was a quick deck, but you rarely had enough mana to deal with all the kinds of things that you wanted to deal with until mid to late game. So, but by the time you got to mid to late game, unless you were playing very conservatively, and you didn't always have the chance to do that without getting barraged by your opponent. Unless you played very conservatively, you would very easily run out of cards with Cloudburst unless everything was working for you. So it felt like a very unbalanced deck in a sense, and sometimes you had to use a shock and a lightning bolt, use several cards, low cost and low damage, direct damage cards on your opponent's creatures in order to get rid of them. So yeah, it's I think this deck feels way more balanced, but it's slow. It's slow. It's methodical. It's a thinking man's deck, I would say. I really like it, but it is sometimes too slow. But at least it seems like it has a lot to dish out with, a lot of firepower, especially in comparison with the Cloudburst. So have they built a decent deck? Have they built a good deck for this year's version of a red-blue deck? I would say so. I think it's really good. Just like the other DLC decks, it's really good, and it has some very, very strong points. Some of the strong points are it is incredibly, you can build it to be incredibly controlly, very, very strong control deck, because you have a bit of counter, you have the time warp, you have a lot of card drawing, you have a lot of ding and direct damage effects that or ping and direct damage effects that will take away your opponent's creatures, and yeah, it is very strong, but it certainly has its weaknesses as well, and some of them are that it is the spells are too expensive, it is slow, and yeah, of course, with all the other, just the same as with all the other dual color decks, you need to mulligan your way to dual colors in your opening hand, or else you will get dicked over right away. So yeah, this has been my I don't know if I would want to call it a deck building guide or a deck building video. It's more along the lines of an introductory video to Mindstorms. I'm having fun playing this deck. I'm also a little frustrated at times, but it's definitely, when you on Steam right now, you can't buy it and unlock it with unlock keys. You can't buy unlock keys, so you have to play away all the way through the campaign or online or something to unlock all the 40 cards, or sorry, all the 30 cards plus the 10 bonus or promo cards, which are unlocked right away. So that makes it 30 cards that you have to unlock. But aside from that, it is fun, although frustrating. It just takes a while until you have the cards to make a decent build that you feel comfortable with. That is my experience. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next week for the next DLC introductory video. I'm not sure which one I'll do yet, but they all look appealing, so yeah, I look forward to it, and I'll also try to upload some online match videos for this deck as well. Alright, I'll talk to you later, and see you later, and I hope you'll tune in next time. Alright, adios.